Donald Trump has huge supporters in his family members. The former president has 5 children from 3 different marriages, but his youngest son, Barron, is the only one who was still living with him when he was elected. Given the significant age gap between Barron and his half-siblings, many have been curious about the nature of their relationship. Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric are all adults who actively participated in their father's political campaigns, and even Tiffany, who is closer in age to Barron compared to the others, is over a decade older than him. Let's delve into the true dynamics of Barron Trump's relationships with his siblings. Barron Trump grew up mostly alone. When Barron Trump was born in 2006, his half-sister Tiffany was no longer living in New York with their father, Donald Trump. Prior to that, Trump and his second wife, Marla Maples, had divorced in 1999. Following their divorce, Maples and Tiffany relocated to Los Angeles, where Maples took on the role of a single mother, raising Tiffany on her own. On the other hand, Barron had a different upbringing. He grew up in the lavish Trump Tower in New York City, where he had an entire floor dedicated to himself. This luxurious upbringing was quite distinct from Tiffany's experience on the West Coast. While the details of how much time Barron spent with his half-siblings, Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric, during his childhood are not extensively documented, they can be spotted together in numerous family photographs from various events. One such occasion was a Thanksgiving dinner at the exclusive Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, where Ivanka, Barron, and Tiffany were seen sitting at their father's table. However, there was a period when Barron lived with his mother, Melania Trump, in New York, while his father and Ivanka transitioned to their new roles in Washington, D.C., following Donald Trump's inauguration as the 45th President of the United States. When questioned about why Melania and Barron didn't immediately move into the White House, the family explained that they wanted Barron to complete his school year and also aimed to minimize disruptions in his life after a grueling presidential campaign. He participates in family events out of the limelight. Since his birth, his life has largely remained shielded from the prying eyes of cameras and the public, with his parents making a conscious effort to preserve his privacy. During his early years, Barron's public appearances were few and far between. However, as a toddler, he did make occasional appearances alongside his mother, Melania, and sometimes his father, Donald, at the annual Bunny Hop event held at New York City's iconic FAO Schwarz. In 2010, when Barron was just 4 years old, he was featured in a Larry King Live special on CNN, part of a family-focused segment. During the program, his proud father, Donald Trump, described him as a future businessman and professional golfer, hinting at the aspirations he held for his young son. Fast forward to 2018, and Barron was spotted at the White House's annual egg roll, joining many of his older siblings and various nieces and nephews for the event. However, he appeared somewhat reserved and chose to spectate rather than actively participate in the festivities. Throughout his life, Barron Trump has been kept away from the relentless glare of the public spotlight, even more so than his older siblings were at a similar age. The older Trump children are closer to one another. The Trump family dynamics have been an intriguing aspect of their public persona. Ivana Trump, Donald Trump's first wife, played a significant role in shaping the lives of her 3 children with him, Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric. Growing up, these 3 siblings not only shared a family bond, but also collaborated in business endeavors from a young age, forging an exceptionally close relationship. Donald Jr. and Eric have referred to themselves as inseparable. Their brotherly bond was particularly strong, with Eric looking up to Donald Jr. as a role model during their formative years. It's worth noting that before their father assumed the presidency, the 2 brothers had a cherished routine of having breakfast together every weekday at Trump Tower. While Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric have all played prominent roles in their father's political campaigns, both in 2016 and 2020, Tiffany Trump has also made appearances, albeit to a lesser extent. She notably delivered a speech at the Republican National Convention. However, Barron Trump, due to his young age, has not been as visible on the campaign trail. This disparity in their involvement in their father's political career, coupled with the age difference, may have contributed to varying degrees of closeness among the siblings. At this point in his life, Barron's priorities are distinct from those of his older siblings. Instead of actively participating in political campaigning, he attends St. Andrew's Episcopal Prep School in Maryland. The Trump kids all have something in common. Barron Trump, like his famous siblings, shares a common thread that binds them together. They have all grown up in the public eye, with their every move meticulously chronicled and scrutinized. From the moment Barron entered the world, he found himself under the constant gaze of cameras. Despite being the least public of the Commander-in-Chief's children, Barron had to quickly learn how to navigate public events with poise and grace, even at a relatively young age. One such significant event was his father's inauguration, where he was thrust into the spotlight, embodying a sense of maturity beyond his years. However, it's important to note that along with these responsibilities, Barron and his siblings have also enjoyed tremendous privilege. Melania Trump once shared an insight into their life within the opulent Trump Tower, saying, "If he draws on the walls in his playroom, we can paint it over." These shared experiences, both positive and negative, may well be the foundation of the deep camaraderie that exists among Barron and his siblings. In a poignant image captured at the Republican National Convention in Ohio in 2016, Barron can be seen engaging in a fist bump with his oldest brother, Donald Jr. It's as if their unspoken message to each other is, "Hey, I understand you, brother." In the midst of their high-profile upbringing and the unique challenges that come with it, the Trump siblings have formed a special bond, finding solace and understanding in each other's company. Donald Trump Jr. defended his younger sibling. To understand Barron Trump's relationship with his much older siblings, one can look no further than his connection with the eldest of the Trump children, Donald Trump Jr. Born on December 31, 1977, to Donald and Ivana Trump, Donald Jr. holds the position of Executive Vice President at the Trump Organization and has effectively taken on a leadership role among the Trump siblings. Being the first of the Trump children to grow up not only in the limelight, but also in the formidable shadow of their father, Donald Jr. could indeed serve as a significant role model for Barron. It's worth noting that while some might interpret the memorable fist bump between Barron and his eldest brother at the 2016 Republican Convention as a symbol of their bond, it could also be viewed as a strategic photo opportunity rather than an intimate moment between close siblings. This interpretation is reinforced by the scarcity of social media posts featuring the two brothers since that time. However, a noteworthy moment occurred 2 years later when Donald Jr. came to his younger sibling's defense during a Twitter dispute with actor Peter Fonda. Fonda had criticized the then-president's controversial family separation policy with an inflammatory tweet suggesting that Barron should be separated from his mother and placed in a cage, akin to some of the children affected by the policy. Fonda subsequently deleted his post and issued an apology. In response, Donald Jr. took to Twitter, admonishing Fonda for attacking an 11-year-old in a bullying and cowardly manner, suggesting that he should instead target someone more capable of handling such confrontations. This incident not only showcased Donald Jr.'s protective instincts toward Barron, but also exemplified the strong sense of family loyalty that runs deep within the Trump clan. It serves as a reminder that, despite the age differences and distinct paths their lives have taken, the Trump siblings remain connected and supportive of each other, particularly in times of adversity. Ivanka is a protective older sister. Barron Trump's relationship with his eldest sister, Ivanka, provides another glimpse into the intricate dynamics within the Trump family. Ivanka, the second child of Donald Trump and Ivana, was born on October 30, 1981. By all accounts, her bond with Barron appears to be akin to that of their older brother, Donald Jr. One heartwarming moment that showcased the affection between Barron and Ivanka occurred during then-President Donald Trump's first executive bill signing in January 2017. As the formal proceedings unfolded, Barron could be spotted playing peekaboo with Ivanka's infant son, Theodore, just behind his father's back. Ivanka herself took to Twitter to express her delight at Barron's tender interaction with her child, writing, "My youngest brother proves he's a baby whisperer." In addition to these endearing family moments, Ivanka, like Donald Jr., has publicly defended her younger brother against critics. In 2017, on an episode of The Dr. Oz Show, she addressed the mockery that had been directed at Barron, who was then an 11-year-old resident of the White House. The criticism revolved around Barron's choice to wear casual attire on Air Force One. In response, Ivanka offered a thoughtful defense, stating, "He's a young boy trying his best to acclimate in a surreal environment." She continued, emphasizing that Barron should be off-limits to unnecessary scrutiny and criticism. Ivanka's protective stance towards her younger sibling and her acknowledgement of the unique challenges Barron faces as a member of the first family underscore the close bond shared among the Trump siblings. Eric Trump seems to keep his distance from Barron. The relationship between Barron Trump and his younger half-brother, Eric Trump, presents a bit of a mystery within the Trump family dynamic. Born on January 6, 1984, Eric shares with his siblings the title of Executive Vice President at the Trump Organization. However, public interactions between Eric and his youngest sibling, Barron, have been notably scarce. Despite Barron enjoying wholesome interactions with the children of Donald Jr. and Ivanka, there is limited documentation of similar moments with Eric's two children, who were born in 2017 and 2019, respectively. Barron's occasional appearances on Celebrity Apprentice in 2010 drew admiration from his older siblings. Ivanka Trump, in particular, expressing her admiration, praising Barron's adorable demeanor and golfing skills on Twitter. Donald Jr. Trump, on the other hand, has stood up for Barron, but has also used him as a political talking point, emphasizing that Joe Biden, the then Democratic presidential candidate, would not be capable of debating Barron, let alone Donald Trump. However, when it comes to Barron's relationship with Eric Trump, the situation is notably silent. The documentary Unprecedented even suggests that Donald Trump pitted his three oldest children against each other, with Ivanka often being considered the favorite. Donger and Eric found themselves vying for their father's attention, with Eric often perceived as the least like his father, even appearing scared of Don Jr., according to filmmaker Alex Holder during a Reddit AMA session. Interestingly, Donald Trump once playfully noted that Barron had outgrown Eric in height, stating that Barron was 6'7" at the age of 15, while Eric stood at 6'6". This playful comment raises questions about whether there is more to Barron and Eric's apparent lack of a close relationship, possibly involving elements of sibling rivalry or other factors yet to be uncovered within the complex Trump family dynamic. Eric Trump's rare comments about Barron Trump. Eric Trump has shared some insights into their relationship and family dynamics. On the First Class Fatherhood podcast, Eric humorously addressed his father's apparent pride in Barron's impressive height. He jokingly expressed his frustration, stating, "I'm very mad at Barron because I was the tallest guy in my family until he came along. My father calls me the short son now." Despite this playful rivalry, Eric revealed that his own children, Eric Luke Trump and his daughter Carolina Trump, have a great relationship with their uncle Barron. He described Barron as nice, funny, kind, and of course, massively tall. It's evident that the younger generation of Trumps enjoy a warm bond. Interestingly, Eric mentioned that while Barron is taller than his son Luke, the cousins who Luke looks up to the most are the children of Ivanka Trump and her husband, Jared Kushner, as well as the children of Donald Trump Jr. and his ex-wife, Vanessa Trump. This suggests that, despite their age difference, Barron's younger cousins hold a special place in his heart. Eric Trump has experienced firsthand the value of having an older sibling who plays a mentoring and protective role. In 2006, he spoke to the New York Times about his relationship with his older brother, Don Jr., saying, "Donnie's always been my best friend, a mentor. In a way, he raised me." This bond highlights the different dynamics that exist within the Trump sibling relationships. While Eric's connection with Barron may be distinct, he does share a protective instinct when it comes to his much younger brother. He emphasized that both Barron and their sister Tiffany should be off limits to media criticism, recognizing their unique positions within the family. Despite their close family ties, there may be room for sibling rivalry in the future. Melania Trump, Barron's mother, has playfully likened her son to his combative father, even referring to Barron as Little Donald. This hint at their shared traits adds an intriguing layer to the complex dynamics within the Trump family, suggesting that Barron may indeed inherit some of his father's formidable qualities as he grows older. Tiffany and Barron Trump seem close. In contrast, Barron appears to share a closer bond with his half-sister, Tiffany Trump. Tiffany, born on October 13, 1993, to Donald Trump and Marla Maples, is the closest in age to Barron among his half-siblings. Both not being part of the Ivana Trump sibling circle, Barron and Tiffany found common ground in their unique positions within the Trump family. However, Barron's age and his separation from his older siblings due to his mother Melania's delayed move to the White House in 2017 meant that he experienced a somewhat solitary childhood in the presidential residence. While Barron Trump may have spent some nights exploring the White House's rose gardens on his own during his father's presidency, he did have a sibling in the neighborhood. Tiffany Trump, the youngest daughter of Donald Trump, was attending Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. during her father's time in office. Reports from South China Morning Post indicated that Tiffany would frequently check in on Barron during her time in the Capitol. In 2020, she even took to Instagram to wish him a happy birthday, posting, "Happy 14th birthday to the best little brother I could ever ask for." A year later, she continued the tradition with another Instagram post, this time featuring a delightful throwback picture of the two siblings sharing laughter while posing with a giant Minnie Mouse plush toy. The seemingly limited relationship between Barron and his older Trump siblings has led to speculation about potential friction within the family. In 2019, the book Free Melania, the Unauthorized Biography, suggested long-standing tension between Melania Trump and her stepdaughter Ivanka. Although a spokesperson for Melania refuted these claims, stating that the two have always maintained a close relationship. Further fueling the rumors, in 2017, Newsweek unearthed archived recordings from an episode of The Howard Stern Show, in which Donald Trump appeared to imply that Ivanka and Donald Jr. may not have been entirely thrilled when Barron was born. The speculated reason was concern that their inheritance might be downsized with the arrival of another Trump heir. If this were indeed the case, it could explain Melania's protective stance and her watchful eye over Barron within the family dynamic. Barron Trump is growing up. Melania Trump has been resolute in her commitment to safeguarding Barron Trump from the prying eyes of the world. In 2018, she emphasized her dedication to maintaining his privacy when she told CBS that Barron still had no presence on social media. She explained, "I teach him what is right, what is wrong. He's not interested in social media. He's all into sports." Clearly, Melania takes a hands-on approach to raising her son and strives to have a meaningful influence on his life. Even when Barron was just a baby, both she and Donald Trump were determined not to rely excessively on nannies. Donald Trump once shared his perspective with People magazine, stating, "If you have too much help, you don't get to know your children." Melania's devotion to Barron was reiterated in 2015 when she told Parenting.com that her son was her absolute priority. She declared, "I am a full-time mom. That is my first job. The most important job ever. I started my business when he started school. As Barron continues to grow and enter his teenage years, it remains to be seen how his unique upbringing and close bond with his mother will influence his relationship with his older siblings. The coming years will likely reveal more about how Barron evolves and navigates his own path within the intricate tapestry of the Trump family. As Barron Trump matures into his teenage years, his relationship with his older siblings and the unique dynamics within the Trump family continues to evolve. How these factors will shape his bond with his older siblings and influence his future remain an intriguing aspect of his life. What do you think about Barron's relationship with his siblings? Comment down below to let us know. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to support us. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.